the 15. Shotgun. Mahomes steps up. Mahomes, a bullet to the back of the end zone. Hopkins, touchdown, Chiefs. Hunt to the backfield, handed to him. He's got a hole. Hunt, first down. Brooks remains in there. Shotgun for Young. Looping. Tompkins. Catch. And Kansas City ready for it. It's going to be a loss of one on the play. Chamari Connor leading the brigade.
Big-time players. They're going to find them in these situations.
We're down to 47 seconds left. Mahomes out of the pocket. Mahomes on the run. Takes a look around. Oh, Mahomes is still going. Slips away for a huge gain. 2 seconds on the clock. The kick. Schrader. He knocks it through. The Chiefs are a winner.
Heck of a game. It ended up as a heck of a game there. But there were some good things. There were some good things we could take out of this. Pat had a big day, 24-33 for over 240 yards. So, and then the big scramble at the end. I mean, that was a beautiful thing. Noah had a big day with 66 yards on 4 catches, a couple TDs in there. Third downs were great. Matt Nagy does a great job with those. So we were 7 for 12 there. And then defensively, Najee again came up as the leading tackler on the defensive side and did a good job throughout. Dano with 4 tackles, and then he had the big strip sack there.
Hey, what's happening? Welcome into the Red Hour, Season 6, Week 12. We are live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown. We're here today. This is our last Monday here at Elevation.
It is.
So we'd like to thank the staff and crew here for having us out this month of November. But we are here on this Victory Monday. Wow. I'm your host, Sean Tyler. Let's go ahead and get the crew introduced to you. To my left, Professor Betts-a-Lot. Cousin Darren Smith, what's up, yo?
I'm just here from Kansas.
I told him. Look, I told him he came here looking like new money. Don't he look like new money today for some reason?
Had to get my bets in there before the show.
So you had to sit on state line till it cleared up?
Literally. Yeah.
All right. But he made it, and he's here fresh from the Carolinas. Well, fresh from the betting space. You know, you only have one more year left of doing that. And to my right, as always, nephew, Professor Wall Street himself, Steve Walls. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
Fresh?
Not as fresh as
refreshed?
Refreshed, yeah.
Not fresh, because he fresh.
You're right.
He smelled like barber salt.
I told him he coming here looking like he just came from the barber shop.
I don't know why. They were closed today. So.
Oh, got the fresh hat on.
See, that's when he had the private barbers. He didn't go to the shop. They came to him on a Monday. Yeah, there it is.
All right.
And to our far right, wearing unsanctioned clothing. No, it's the infamous DJ Q. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
How's your weekend?
Man, it was hell.
Busy as usual then?
No, it was
Really?
hell. Yeah.
Why was it hell?
I had a sore throat, man. And so now
No diddy.
and now I'm like, yeah, that of course it was my duty. But
Are you feeling all right though?
yeah, I'm good now, except for my hearing is on the edge because he's getting old.
I
That's
was
why
gonna say you're just breaking down.
I'm just breaking down. Yeah,
Hey, I'm the youngest one on the panel.
like a 87 Ford POS.
I feel like a youth, and y'all falling apart on me over here. What is happening? Speaking of falling apart, the Chiefs played the Panthers in Carolina yesterday, and OMG. So we win, Chiefs 30, Panthers 27. But this game was a wild one to watch because usually it's running backs who have their way with Kansas City. But this season, we have been able to keep running backs, even star running backs, under 70 yards for the game. But for whatever reason, we have been struggling with pass defense this season, and it showed yesterday. Like, if you could pass out Heisman's and Grammys and MVP awards on a performance day, we made Bryce Young look like the best quarterback the National Football League has ever seen. 21 for 35, 263 yards and a touchdown. It doesn't sound like much, but when you break it down to his receiving core, it was absolutely insane.
Yes.
I was looking at these stats because I'm like, okay, we didn't let the running backs do anything, but receiving, D. Moore, 6 receptions, 81 yards. Thien, 3 receptions, 57 yards. He had a receiver for 56 yards, 49 yards. Insane. Yeah. They were making their way up and down the field yesterday with absolute precision, and they were no trouble at all.
So do you all think any of that is like being deflated from the week before?
You talking about just receiver wise or just?
No, I mean just like that the Panthers offense was able to move the ball. Do you think part of that is kind of losing that high from losing last week?
No, I think, and I've been saying this, and I told Darren, it's like since Jalen Watson went down with the injury, it seems like this cornerback core is kind of not playing at their best.
So is one piece that big though?
You wouldn't think so.
Sometimes, though.
It is.
If you miss that motivation for that position, or the captain is out, or they're just, because we've seen it in other positions around the league where the captain is down, or he's not there, or he's not a motivating figure.
Chris Jones against the Lions last year, week 1, the Lions.
His absence.
Yeah, his absence in that game was, it showed in the final score, but a lot of the game too.
But the missed tackles yesterday.
A lot of penalties.
Lots of penalties. Like, what was that? The second half or the second quarter
game.
Or the third quarter?
The entire game, but the second quarter for real.
Second quarter toward the end, that last 5 minutes, the 2 drives took like 40 minutes because of the penalties. They kept flip-flopping from team to team on who's moving back the ball and getting the ball back. So you were at the game in Carolina, Darren. How frustrating was it in the booth to watch this go down?
Oh, it was very frustrating. It was frustrating to the eyes. It was frustrating to the fans. It was frustrating for everybody.
Because there were a lot of Chiefs fans there.
It was literally, even the Panthers PR people felt that it was more Chiefs fans than Panthers fans there. So, they made money by, not making sure that game was overseas. But
which is another reason why teams don't want to lose the gate for Patrick Mahomes coming to their stadium, because we always talk about going to Germany and who they'll play.
Yeah.
Teams are like, if it's a home game,
traveling
we don't want to lose
it.
it.
Has to be the home team.
Yeah, that's why they don't go to Germany and other places like that when they're playing an away game.
But what's crazy is, though, after the game, and we'll get to it, but just the mood in the locker room felt like it was more of a loss. And it's funny because, of course, we've seen the video that Andy Reid talked about how hard winning is, but when we went in there, because it took us a minute for us to get in there, some coaches were already leaving towards the bus. How we got in there, it was just subdued or whatever. And, you go talk to a couple of players before, hitting the lights and everything. You could just tell, I can't remember who was I talked to, but they was like, they just felt like it felt more of a loss. And then when I talked to some of the players on the record that I had interviewed, I think Tim McDuffie and Justin Reed, they both felt like it was, it felt more of a loss than it was a win yesterday.
And I'm absolutely sure it felt that way for a reason, because the whole hype against this game was that we go in there and we blow this Carolina Panther team out the water. This was supposed to be one of those super easy games.
It's supposed to be a get
exactly.
Right game.
You lose that one game and, all right, we're retooling. We're getting our focus back together. Let's go ahead. We're going to Carolina. Let's just do what we're going to do. And before they had to fight.
Before the season, every team always has that game they're going to play. Look on there like, oh, that's a W. Oh, yep, that team right there, that's a W. So going into this game, they already had it in there.
Well, and even that, if you remember, after the first drive, Patrick's first pass was a touchdown pass.
Yep.
And so, you thought like,
as opposed to the week before.
Right. So you're right. No, seriously. Yeah. So when you get down there and you saw how easy it was, you think, oh, it's going to be one of those days. And then I think when the Chiefs, were able to stop them or hold them to 3 points, you think, okay, now they're going to go back down. And next thing you know, They're having problems putting the ball in the end zone.
And it was too easy for the Carolina Panthers to move that ball downfield. Bryce Young looked untouchable. He was not sacked at all. Patrick Mahomes sacked 5 times. As a matter of fact,
he was sacked twice. Bryce was sacked twice.
Yeah. Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't feel it. Yeah. Because Patrick definitely spent way more time on his back than Bryce did.
He was sacked 5 times in the game.
But it was just kind of weird to watch. But the Chiefs do walk away with the victory. We are 10-1. We now have a matching record with the Detroit Lions.
That is true.
Yeah, so we'll go down and across the league and give you the breakdown on what the playoff picture will look like if the playoffs started this weekend. And we'll talk about some big losses, some of these games over the weekend, some really good games. And
just the reinforcement is on the way.
Reinforcement is on the way. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the returning from injury and all of that.
I was talking about the airport last
yeah. Well,
that guy.
So just some housekeeping. We got some guests in the building, and we'll talk to them today as this is our Thanksgiving week show. Got to send a shout out to my brother Anthony Peeler, who celebrates his birthday today. So go Peeler, happy birthday, bro. Just this little bit of note: Joe Burrow is breaking records. Joe Burrow is on pace to be the 3rd quarterback ever in the last 50 seasons to lead the NFL in pass touchdowns on a team with a losing record. Congratulations, Joe. You did it. Finally, some news worthy of Joe Burrow that they keep bringing his name up for no reason, and there you go. And also shout out to one of our own, Devin Neal from the Kansas Jayhawks football team. This weekend, they defeated number 16, the Colorado Buffaloes, and Deion and his children. He showed out, and KU upset Colorado.
Yeah, that's been three ranked teams.
3 ranked teams they've taken down back to back. First team in NCAA to do that.
You think they're gonna move up on the AP poll?
Who's that?
KU.
Of course they will.
No, why not?
It's KU. They'll put them at number 1 next week just because.
No. They've got what, 3 losses?
Man, they will stick a number on KU just because it's KU.
They're basketball, not football.
This gives them a reason to do it in football.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And I absolutely like their football team because those kids play hard and they don't get the love that they deserve because KU only supports basketball. But just congratulations to those guys showing out in Arrowhead. Big crowd, and they put on a show. So I just wanted to do that, get a little housekeeping out of the way. And again, we have guests as we are live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown on this Thanksgiving weekend. We'll let you know some ways that you can give and help those less fortunate here in the Raytown area. And we'll talk about some more youth football and how you can help those guys and so much more. But right now, we're still talking Chiefs football. Patrick Mahomes yesterday, 27 for 37. 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. No interceptions.
Is that surprising?
5 sacks.
5 sacks, but no interceptions.
5 sacks.
He held on to the ball, though.
5 sacks is big, though.
5 sacks is crazy.
5 sacks is a lot.
That's
especially from a Carolina Panthers team.
Offensive line.
Hey, man,
no matter who they're lining up against.
Hey man, Clowney was putting that work.
Clowney was doing a great job, but also there was a couple of players that had some dropsies too.
We saw that.
Travis had a couple of key drops.
Travis had one of the cleanest passes he's had all season. 2 of them actually yesterday. Dropped them both.
I thought the sun was in his eye on one of them. I'm not sure.
Oh my God, playing outdoors with the sun. That's never happened.
Well, look at CeeDee
never
Lamb.
played outside
look at
before.
CeeDee Lamb at Cowboy Stadium.
Okay, this is different.
Sun getting your eyes. Sun getting your eyes.
No,
Xavier Worthy dropped one. I feel like he dropped one, but also the Panthers had some dropsies, and that's what disappointed me in their play because I think they really could have almost pulled out the game had they not dropped a couple of key drive-ending passes.
I tweeted in the 4th quarter yesterday that this Carolina Panthers team is moving the ball so well on this Chiefs team that they can either tie it or win this game. It was absolutely possible the way that defense was playing.
Nah, they were never in a position to win the game because
they lost by 3 points.
What I'm saying is the Chiefs were always ahead. Even when they came and scored, they left too much time on the clock from home. The only way that they were going to get that ball back was if somehow Mahomes turned the ball over. They were not going to be in a position.
You make it seem like that ain't unheard of this season.
You make it seem like it was absolutely impossible the way that they were moving that ball.
You said the only way. Hold on, rewind what you just said. The only way is if Patrick Mahomes did not turn the ball over. Exactly. Is that not possible?
Not against the Panthers, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So did you see the Panthers putting up 27 points yesterday before the game started?
Nah, I didn't.
So that wasn't possible in your mind, but yet here we are.
No, what was possible was for them to cover.
No, because Leggett and Hubbard both dropped some like key passes. And I think it was around the third or fourth quarter that ended drives for them.
Bryce looked so disappointed in 2 overthrows that he had, and one. Both of them were to the end zone.
In the end zone, yeah.
Both of them were to the end zone.
No. One of them was actually to the little bar area.
Well,
he thought that somebody.
He gave that a souvenir. He put that one up there. But I'm just saying.
But you know what though? Who didn't play as good as I thought he would play? J.C. Horn. Friend of the show's son, Joe Horn.
Joe Horn.
He didn't play as good as I thought he would.
He had a couple of like penalties that were like stupid, but I liked his tenacity. Like, I love seeing players with that type of attitude. Like, when you come in playing nasty, especially against a team like the Chiefs, a team that you're supposed to lose to, and you come in with that fearless mentality, like
they came in there on spoiler mode. They absolutely did, and that's
their Super Bowl.
Here y'all go.
I sent it to you.
Stop that.
I sent it to you in the group text that everybody's saying it. These teams are coming at the Chiefs knowing for some of them that is the best they're going to get all season long. This is our chance to look good on national television.
This was a Super Bowl for Bryce Young.
No.
Why not?
No. He's got a lot of career ahead of him.
Yes, Steve, because talking to the Panthers media folk, their PR people, their beat writers, it was their Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was. I mean, had Bryce Young go out there and beat Patrick Mahomes,
that would have been all they talked about today.
I'm telling you, Q, like all these teams that go in there and play the Chiefs, whether it's on the road or at home, this is the game that they look for.
I'm tired of y'all. This is like the third season, y'all.
It's not us.
Every time.
It's not us.
We didn't come up. We don't make the rules.
Their Super Bowl. Steve. Let your Philadelphia Eagles win another Super Bowl, then we can have that conversation.
Yeah. Let your Philadelphia Eagles get to the Super Bowl again.
It's just that y'all act like teams don't get excited for beating a good team.
Okay.
Like,
you don't see this kind of hype.
Simple as that.
There's levels.
Y'all don't have to be like, oh, this is their Super Bowl.
But there's levels to it. There's beating a good team, and then there's beating a Super Bowl champion team.
We're not going to waste We're not going to waste time on that because everybody's saying it. But I do want to mention.
Trying to take us down a rabbit hole.
I do want to mention this. All the talk of Travis Kelce. We know that Travis is in his 12th, 13th season. Somewhere around there. And he's not going to play forever. And luckily,
so it's his
12th year. Yep. Noah Gray is looking like that tight end. 4 catches, 66 yards yesterday, 2 touchdowns. And the week before, same thing. You still saying, nah?
Y'all are giving him a lot.
I'm not giving him anything. He's in the end zone.
He's in the end zone, yes. He's open
making catches.
Because they have to cover Worthy. They have to cover Travis. They have to cover P. Ryan.
If you look on those touchdowns,
every week, defenders will have to defend somebody on the offense on every team in the NFL. It happens every week,
and they're gonna allow somebody to beat them.
All I'm saying is that we have a viable tight end because all of the other weapons that are supposed to show up and show out, they're not doing as much as they are as a connection with Patrick Mahomes and Noah Gray.
But I'm not gonna say that he's the second coming.
I never said that.
Kelce.
I never said that.
But here, if you look at those touchdowns, you talked about everyone had to be covered. It was 1-on-1 all across the board on those Noah Gray touchdowns. So if you're gonna get the fourth cornerback,
I give you,
and he made some catches. He made some catches that only he could make. He made some of those plays because those balls could have easily been. The way Patrick is playing right now and the way the defenses are on him, he put the ball exactly where it needed to be. And we've seen some tight ends who have more of a superstar name not make those same catches this season. So all I'm saying, and I'm not saying that Noah Gray is the second coming of Travis Kelce. I'm saying it's good to know that we have a tight end who is getting Patrick's attention and making plays.
And he took advantage.
He did his job
of a bad team.
He did what he's supposed to do.
We're not going to do that because again, they only lost by 3 points yesterday. So bad team or not, they played against this
Chiefs still
defending
played
world
bad.
champion.
He just said it felt down in the locker room, so they were feeling bad about themselves.
So our receiving core yesterday, I told you Noah Gray 4 catches, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kelce 6 catches, 66 yards. Worthy 4 catches, 46 yards. D-Hop 5 for 35. So Patrick is spreading the ball around. He's making movement, but for whatever reason, in the words of Tom Brady, when they get to the red area, they're just not getting it done. What is preventing this Chiefs team from getting into the end zone and scoring?
Themselves.
Is there a problem that needs to be identified?
Not anymore.
I mean, according to the Chiefs, they put up 30 points.
But we could have put up a lot more because we were in the red zone.
They could have, and they could have gave up a lot more too.
They could have. But right now we're just talking about offensive play and scoring in the red zone, which they have not.
I'll give you my DJ Q version of stuff. So, I'm just trying to give you both sides of it. Trying to give you both sides of it right now, man. So
we are live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown. Come out, hang out with us. Great food for you adults, good drinks for you children. Out here, they make a mean Shirley Temple. Monday Night Football will be on the televisions here tonight. We have the Ravens versus the Chargers. We'll talk about that game as well. And it's Raider Hater Week, and it's a short week. Black Friday, the Chiefs will take on the Raiders with a new quarterback, Gardner Minshew, broken collarbone.
Yeah, I'll say he's
out
done
for the season.
Yep.
Aiden Connell, who's also slightly injured, is back in.
Oh,
Well, no, he might not be injured yet. He's still on injured reserve, so they got to see how practice goes this week.
Scritter said they pull him up.
They were saying that they're going to sign Daniel Jones.
Hey, I would.
Somebody.
But I read where Daniel was like, all I want to do is go to a championship team and sit there and relax.
A championship team would have to want him first and foremost.
Hey, Baltimore,
The only
backup.
Baltimore has a couple of good backups, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're interested.
If we go back to last season and look at their backups,
They're interested.
They don't need Daniel Jones. I'll tell you that.
So you don't believe that Daniel Jones is one of those quarterbacks
No.
who put in the right situation?
System. If he's going to be in the right situation, he's going to be in Australian rules football.
So you believe in certain situations, there's a quarterback for every system that'll make that quarterback a much better player. And you don't believe that there's a system out there that will make Daniel Jones look like a good quarterback.
I think him and Drew Lock sit very well
wow.
in the third position.
Wow.
I told you don't have to stop disrespecting Drew Lock like that.
I'm inviting Drew Lock.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
This man had Saquon Barkley on his team and couldn't do nothing with it.
Who? Daniel Jones? Who? No, man.
I have nothing to say to
So
that. I have no retort.
What better do you need than Saquon Barkley in your backfield and receivers that can catch? Like, please, let's not. Y'all are giving the Noah Grays and the Daniel Joneses a
First
little
of all,
too much
I am
this
not
episode.
giving Noah Gray anything. We're talking about a guy who has made 5 touchdown catches in 2 weeks as a tight end on a team with a Travis Kelce.
Okay.
And it's man.
So I'm just
You heard what Malik Neighbor said yesterday after their loss. It ain't the quarterback. He said that to media. Yeah, did y'all? He said it ain't the quarterback. You heard it.
I heard it.
So it ain't the QB.
Okay.
All right.
But you don't believe
Was Daniel Jones playing yesterday?
Nah.
Oh.
So that means it wasn't Daniel Jones' fault. That's all I'm saying. All right.
But you believe that there's a system for every quarterback, just not Daniel
There's
Jones.
There's a quarterback
Okay.
every season who Q marks him down like, nope, I'm hating on him all year. That's gonna be it. That was Daniel Jones. It's been
That's only because
Lock.
Drew Lock is not
It's been
currently
Drew.
starting.
It's been Daniel.
So where's Drew Lock at?
He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, in New York.
Oh.
In New York. Oh, so you back on Drew now?
Hey, which camera am I on? I don't like Q today. I don't like Q today.
I mean, y'all are giving people a lot today, so I want to bring y'all down.
Again,
some,
I am not making Noah Gray that guy.
Hey.
I am just praising what he's been doing and saying that for a tight end who's about to age out of the game or retire and marry for money, we have a viable tight end in that spot. No, not to worry.
Eminem is a great MC, and he said snap back to reality, and I would wish that you all would. Please.
Who are you all?
Womp, womp, womp. Yes. Please.
Again, we invite you out to join us here. We're in Raytown, 6141 Blue Ridge. Elevation Grille is where we are. We've got some guests we're going to bring in. So if you're with the Lee Summit Titans youth football team, let me hear you make some noise. We're going to be talking to those guys next. Keep it where you have it. We've got more Chiefs football to talk on this Raider Hater Thanksgiving week. Oh, Black Friday, Red Friday.
Is Raider Hater still a thing?
Always.
Oh, okay.
Always. Always. Even if they move the team to Hoboken, New Jersey, we gonna hate wherever the Raiders are. They can move them to Sheboygan. We gonna hate the Raiders.
Where is Sheboygan?
Sheboygan is in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Why do I know that? We'll be back with the Red Hour in moments. Stick around. And we're back live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown, season 6 of the Red Hour, week 12. Kansas City Chiefs victory Monday. Chiefs over the Panthers. Panthers 30-27. It's Raider Hater week. And we'll get back to that in just a little bit. We'll actually get some comments off of the net and so much more. Tell your friends they can watch us and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Black Planet. Right. We're everywhere. Just look for the Red Hour and you'll find us. Right now, youth football, a lot of the star players around the league, one of the first things they'll mention is the foundation that was set playing youth football. And youth football is such a great entity in the community. So shout out to all you youth football teams, all you youth football coaches who are out there doing the right thing the right way for these kids to get them prepared for the future. And right now, we got Coach Vernon with us. You are with the Lee Summit Titans youth football team, and you're out of Lee Summit West High School?
Yes, sir.
All right, what else do we need to know about this Lee Summit Titans? What's your age group?
So this year's 11 youth, so there's 6th graders. This group, we originally started up as a neighborhood team, 4 years together now with this group. It is really, like you said, kind of putting in the work and starting from the ground of bringing a group together, teaching them about the game, keep them bought into it, keep them excited about it. We got the mantra of, hey, we got effort, attitude, and toughness. And what does that look like in practice? What does it look like on the field? What does it look like off the field? How do we help prepare these guys to be good men for the world and good guys on and off the field? So excited to have this group together 4 years. They just finished up a season. Finished out 11-2 for the year, so congratulations for that. It was a successful season for that group. Absolutely. Yeah. And over the last 4 years, this group, they're 41-4 is an overall record.
Say that one more time.
So you talk about.
I'm sorry. Did you say their record is what?
41-4.
Wow.
And that's checking a lot of boxes, though. We got a great group of coaches out here. We got Coach Salguero, Coach McKelvey, Coach Potts, Coach Herzog, Coach Thurber, Coach Rogers. myself. I mean, these are guys that are spending countless hours preparation, getting guys ready to go, putting practice plans together, helping transfer guys around there. We got a great support system out here. You know, part of it's getting the parents there, right? You got to have the kids there to get the instructional time. You know, showing up, you know.
And to carry on those lessons at home.
Absolutely. Yep. What's going on in the classroom? What's going on at home? How do we reinforce that on the football field? And so teaching these life lessons early on. Yep.
So how's your quarterback doing? Because I hear Daniel Jones is available.
No, we don't need Daniel Jones. No, where's the team at?
Daniel Jones can't even get a youth football job.
Wow. Hey, class of 2031. So, yeah, we got Aiden back here as QB1s. Kid's a gunslinger.
Which one is Aiden?
Aiden 10 back here.
Behind. Yeah.
Aiden's got a mustache. Well, how old you say he's got?
He's 11. He's 11. His papers are good.
Some of these kids is bigger than you, Steve.
A couple of them are. Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of these kids, and at this age group, like you're going to see a lot of guys that are still run heavy, 80, 90% of it's runs. We were about a 50-50 run pass this year. A lot of that was, receivers we had were able to go out there and run the right routes, get off man press, catch the ball in space. The offensive line. These games are won and lost in the trenches. I mean, that's obviously true. Or you guys talking about the Chiefs game and some of the stuff that they need to work on. On the trenches on us, offensive line, we're probably the best pass blocking offensive line in the league, which gives quarterback time to throw the ball. So, I mean, it's exciting to watch these guys this year. They took a big step forward and being really able to open up the offense this year.
So with a record, a lifetime record for this team of 44-4, which is crazy, what can we as a community do to help support youth football and more directly these Lee Summit Titans?
It's a fantastic question. Yeah, part of it, I mean, for us, it's been, we've kept this group together, awareness, for us, we're not one of the teams that wants to go play 20 or 30 games a year in terms of, it's a lot of contact for this group.
Yeah.
We want to be more selective on the teams that we are playing, get the right competition, get them in the right situation, make sure we're pushing them and keeping them outside their comfort zone. So for us, I mean, it's continuing to, we have most of the things we need, awareness to the program, finding new teams we haven't seen out there. Yeah.
So if we want to see these guys play next season, how can we follow you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so we're at Lee Summit West, like you mentioned. We're at the Lee Summit Football Association League out there. We played in Kansas City Youth Football League. We played in Kansas City or KCFC this past year. And so we're looking for new opponents, new matchups out there. So, yeah, you can follow us there. And then we have a page out there for Titans class of 2031.
Coach, we know it takes a village, and shout out to all your parents that you have here. Yep. What's one of those things that you and your coaches instill in these young guys that you want to take with them as they go on through middle school and through high school?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, football is a vehicle, right? So putting them in situations where they got to overcome adversity, they got to have the mental focus on that. Like we mentioned, EAT is an acronym we use, effort, attitude, and toughness. And the toughness side of that isn't just the physical side that comes with the game. It's also the mental side. And so how do you put yourself in a spot where you're battle tested, you have to fight through this stuff, put them in matchups where, hey, it's not in a situation where it's set up for you to win. It's set up for you to be hard and to learn something from that. And so when they see that at practice, when they see that outside of the football field in the classroom, hey, those lessons that I'm learning are things that are going to help me be successful throughout my life.
Man. All right, so you guys behind me, if you plan on playing in the pros, let me hear you make some noise. No. If you plan on playing in the NFL, let me hear you make some noise. Aiden, good luck on your senior year next year. How old are you, Aiden? 12, when's your birthday?
November 24th.
You had to think about that. So you got a birthday coming. Your birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So you just turned 12.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah,
we got a lot of birthdays in this group coming up in the fall season.
Who's Aiden's parents? Did you get him a Mach 3 for that mustache for his birthday yesterday? Well, congratulations to you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out with us. And next year, we want to have a visit from the world champion Lee Summit Titans. You guys ready to take on and win some championships next year? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Coach Vernon, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Parents, coaching staff, we appreciate you guys. Good luck to you next year. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back. More guests coming up here on the Red Hour. Give it up one more time for these Lee Summit Titans youth football. And shout out to Lee Summit West High School. And we'll be back in just a few moments live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge. In Raytown is where we are. You still got time to come out and hang out with us. Enjoy some Monday Night Football. Enjoy some great food. Get these guys some wings or something, some fries. No drinks, Aiden. We'll be back in moments with the Red Hour. And we're back live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown, season 6 of the Red Hour, week 12 on this Chiefs Victory Monday. We have made our way from the gridiron to the hardwood. I thought he was going to go no diddy. I was waiting for it. He must really be on some throat lozenges or something today.
No. This is actually my Super Bowl.
This guy is a basketball legend. You were one of the dopest water boys I've ever seen in KC basketball. No,
I appreciate that.
Man, you did your thing as a youth and in college and overseas, and you made a name for yourself, and now you are doing it in the community. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Red Hour, the one, the only Mr. Mike Watson.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up, my guy? You doing all right?
I'm good. Let's talk about REAP. First of all, what is REAP?
So REAP is the Raytown Emergency Assistance Program. I'm the president and CEO. Been there 8 years now, and we help people with utility assistance, rental assistance, and food pantry assistance.
And right now, with Thanksgiving coming up, and a lot of families are still reeling and haven't recovered from the pandemic and whatnot, and they're in need of basic staples to get them through every day. But most importantly, as we approach Thanksgiving, giving them something to be thankful for. And we're here to talk about how they can help make that happen through REAP.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I think one of the most important things we can do as a society is help people who are food insecure. I think, especially since the pandemic, been highlighted that people who are working class people still don't have enough to eat. And I think that is a basic right of civilization. And so at REAP, we help people who live within the Raytown School District boundaries. So it's about 31 square miles, a little bit Independence, a little bit of Kansas City. And so we help with food every Friday, over 300 families. We help with Thanksgiving meals, and we also help with Christmas gifts and meals as well. So people want to help donate to that. They can visit raytownreap.org. They can donate online. We love volunteers to come up and be able to help us out throughout the week and packing up bags and helping in the pantry. And just doing our part in the community. I always believe, as you all know, if everyone does their small part, then we can make a big impact and a big difference.
So I'm about to yell at you real quick because I made a Facebook post last week because I was looking for a place to volunteer this week on Thanksgiving.
The algorithm. I didn't see. You don't have the algorithms, P. The algorithms.
So anyone out there like me who's looking to do something this week to help aid the less fortunate this holiday season, are you serving on Thanksgiving, or are you still just packing up meals to send out?
So our packing up process is already done, but Community Services League and Independence serving Thanksgiving meals on Thanksgiving morning. So if you look up Community Service League or CSL, they're one of our big partners. And they'll be serving probably about 1,000 people. And so they're still looking for volunteers.
Okay.
And so on Thanksgiving morning, if you guys look on their website, Community Service League, you'll be able to come in, volunteer, and help that morning between 11 and 2, I think it is, over at their cafe off of 40 Highway. So
I'm going to be looking for that text message with that information.
I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to get past the algorithm in the matrix.
Please do.
Crazy
text me directly because I really want to do that this Thanksgiving. But even outside of Thanksgiving, you guys do this year round. And this time of year especially, you have these back-to-back holidays, and then you have the weather conditions and just so much more going on where those volunteers and those efforts to help aid in what's going on with REAP are very, very, very dire.
Absolutely. I mean, we're out every Friday, no matter the weather. I mean, my team is out there in sub-zero temperature to make sure that people eat. We take 5 Fridays off a year, and I'm out there with our volunteers, with my staff, making sure that people get fresh produce, making sure people get groceries. Utility assistance goes on, throughout the year as well. And you hear the stories about people who have to pick between whether paying a bill to keep the lights on, or keep their gas on, or getting food. People pull up who work every single day. They're coming on their lunch breaks. And so that's, I think, the misnomer about people who are food insecure. It's people like, our families, people like us who have been in those.
One of the wildest statistics that I saw last when I worked in radio was the fact that 7 out of 10 people in Kansas City are possibly a paycheck away from
Absolutely.
needing this kind of assistance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And 1 out of every 10 people is connected to somebody in Kansas City. So everybody at this table knows at least 2 people who, even if they aren't saying anything, are in need of this kind of assistance.
Yeah, and we get it all the time. And I just appreciate the position that I get to be in, to be able to use our network and use our resources to help people. I feel like when I retired from basketball, that was a big part of what I wanted to do and wanted to be, was just somebody who utilized my own networks to help people, with what we do, and with Steve and everybody with Sideline Sports Talk. It's just one of those things where if you aren't doing it, what's the problem? And it's super simple. You can volunteer. If you don't want to go out there and do that, you can donate. But I think it's everyone's, once you've made it to a point in life, it is your responsibility, it's your mandate to reach back and give back. So that's kind of, we always live by that creed. And I just appreciate everybody in the city who's always support. Whenever any of us post anything, we see people pop up who we haven't seen in years, and they'll pop up to donate some turkeys or donate some gift cards. I'm giving that out. We need some gift cards to be able to do that. Adopting families for Christmas. If 2 or 3 people in the family, hey, adopt this family and help them have a good Christmas. So we just try to do our part.
And you'd be surprised that if you just pass up 1 drink at the bar, or you pass up purchasing 1 package of cigarettes, or you pass up something extra, a cup of coffee or something that you do on a daily, and take that money and send it to an organization like REAP. If 10 people do that, you can adopt possibly 2 or 3 families.
Easy. I mean, it's not that. It doesn't cost that much to help, and you can help with your time. So I tell people all the time, you can help people just by showing up. Even if the one thing that I love to see is people who receive help from us 1 year, and the next year they're giving, because they've gotten to a point of stability and foundation that hey, I want to come volunteer, Mike. Last year, you guys helped me pay a bill, keep these lights on, whatever the case may be. And when people show up who I actually know, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Mike, they're embarrassed. I'm like, don't be embarrassed. No. Like, I know everybody who comes in here has needed that help. You know what I mean? So if you pulling up, that means you really need it. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to blast you. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to help you. That's why we're in these positions.
Yeah. RaytownReap.org.
Yeah, RaytownReap.org. They can donate online. They can sign up to volunteer. They can send inquiries for adopting a family for our Christmas store that we'll have. This is a big time of year. In these months, people are looking to give. So we're like, hey, point them in this direction. If they want to volunteer on Fridays, we give out food. Doesn't matter the temperature. We out there.
So you want to help out this Black Friday or before Thanksgiving. You want to make a donation. You said you need gift cards as you prepare.
Yeah. Yeah. So I also run After the Harvest. I'm the executive director of After the Harvest. We'll be transitioning and rebranding to Urban Produce Push. And just quickly, Urban Produce Push, we go directly to farms and food distributors, and we get fresh produce directly from the farms. We truck it back into Kansas City, and we get it directly to the pantries. A lot of people don't realize that pantries get a lot of sodium based foods, and so you
canned goods carry a lot of sodium, and that's just, it's good for shelf life, but it's not good for your life.
Absolutely. And so we try to bring that balance in with Urban Produce Push to be able to make sure we have an emphasis on getting fresh produce in these pantries, because pantries have to go and buy that, which puts into their budget. And so with Urban Produce Push is another one, and I've been doing that for 3 years now. So I run 2 separate organizations because I'm like, man, let's get it in. We go right to the farms in Rich Hill and out in Eudora, Kansas, and we go out there, we source, and it's food that would normally go to waste, right? So a lot of farmers don't sell their produce, they just throw it away. So we're keeping it out of landfills, and we're getting it into, homes and pantries immediately. in the Kansas City area. So
Michael Watson was raised right. Look at that.
Mama Teresa, she did her thing.
She did
her thing. Don't blame her for everything.
So, Mike, we appreciate
Absolutely.
everything that you're doing
Appreciate
for the community. And like he said, if you can't give monetarily, you can give of your time. All that information is available on their website, Raytown, REAP, REAP.org.
That's it.
I'm logging on, and again, it'll be on our social platforms.
It's on there.
as well.
Yeah. It's been on there the past few days.
All right, there it is.
Good
folks.
to see y'all, brothers, man. Y'all look good.
Hey, real quick before you go, Chiefs going to the Super Bowl this year?
Absolutely. I'm already in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm already there. We're absolutely going to the Super Bowl. Did somebody doubt it? Is someone ever doubting? Or
Oh, no.
We always got one.
who?
Hold on, Mr. Cowboys.
So you've already forgot my pick, and you're trying to take it off of yourself. Huh?
What is it? Who?
Oh,
Okay.
Dak Prescott Jr. right here.
Oh, he's a Cowboys?
No,
We
we pick teams to go into the Super Bowl. So
So you had
team,
Dallas
the Chiefs.
coming out of the NFC?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow. I had to destroy Kansas
Who's
City
playoff
from the very
bound?
beginning.
No, this is like his third year in a row.
Oh, he's one of them.
This year's
Second.
gonna be their
How about
year.
them,
No.
we them boys?
And I'm
Second
absolutely
year.
sorry. You're
Don't put that on
absolutely
me,
right.
32.
The Cowboys absolutely can go to the playoffs because all 32 teams get a chance at tickets. We're going to take a break. We are going to be right back. We're bringing some estrogen into the show.
DD.
Yeah, it is going down tonight right here. So be ready. When we come back, we're talking Chiefs football with our friend Jodi Newsome of Kingdoms Queens podcast. Women know football probably better than Daniel Jones. We're going to talk about it. Monday Night Football right here on the screen at Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge and Raytown. You got plenty of time to come and hang out with us on this Thanksgiving Raider Hater week. Mike Watson, love you, bro. Appreciate you.
Love you too, man.
We'll be back in moments with the Red Hour. What's his name?
The headphone is so big. What the heck? Relax.
And we are back live from Elevation Grille, 6141 Blue Ridge in Raytown. It is season 6 of the Red Hour, week 12, NFL Chiefs victory Monday, Raider Hater week, Black Friday game, playing against the Raiders here at GHA Field at Arrowhead. And we talked when the season started, the schedule came out about how the Chiefs play on every day of the week except for Tuesday. And we still got some flex opportunities coming up. You know, never know what the NFL got going on. They might have to move something because of
They could have gave us a Tuesday game. Could have gave us a Tuesday game.
It's a Wednesday game this year.
Christmas.
Christmas on.
Yeah. Christmas. And we'll run across the rest of the schedule. But right now, you know, Kansas City has fast become the women's sports capital of the world. This weekend, we hosted the National Women's Soccer League Championship at the only dedicated female sports venue on planet Earth. And I've fastly learned this weekend that we had some sports greats in Kansas City.
We definitely did.
Deion Sanders was here with his team at Arrowhead, and Grant Hill and Magic Johnson were here because they owned both of the teams that played in the women's Championship Soccer League, and I did not know that until I saw them posting on Twitter this weekend.
I think Jackie Joyner was here.
It was crazy how many sports greats were in Kansas City. It was insane.
It was a lot of people.
It
here
was
for that
insane.
soccer game.
CBS Mornings was here. Nate Burleson, the whole crew. It was wild. But with the emphasis on women in sports, football, and women usually women don't know football because they leave the house and let the men. No. Women know football to the point where some of the greatest sportscasters right now, which I'd rather hear their opinion, are women. And right now, we've got one of those incredible women with us right now from the Kingdom's Queens podcast. Half of the duo that hosts that show. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jodi Newsome.
Jodi! Thank you.
How are you, love?
I'm fantastic.
So
and I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're glad you are here. So let me ask you this. When did you first get into football?
Oh, God. Well, so I'm from Kansas City, which means I actually had no choice when I was born. I came out the womb a Chiefs fan. Now, granted, a lot of people don't know about me that I worked for the Dallas Cowboys for 7 seasons and I ran their whole entire merchandising department. But
we won't hold that against you.
Yeah, no. I mean,
that team's merchandise is always in the top 5 of NFL merch. So
it is. Well, hey, I helped. But no, they knew that, like, big Chiefs fan, been a Chiefs fan my whole life. So I love that you spoke about like women's sports, because something else that people don't know about me is I also cover WNBA as well.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's just a great time to be in women's sports, and everybody watches women's sports.
And I have been saying for years, under huge scrutiny from all my crew, that women college basketball players play basketball much better, more proficient, and with a better attitude than some of these male NBA players.
I mean, well, when your salary is a fourth of theirs.
Even without that, I'm not even talking about the WNBA. I'm talking about the college level. The women in the NCAA play, and they don't wait like men's college till the Final Four, the tourney starts, or March starts near. They are playing from day one.
Well, it's because most guys, they only have to go for a year, and most women have to go for 4 years in college.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that alone makes a huge difference when it's trying to get into the league, because now you have to play aggressive because you have so much competition around you, to where most guys, when they go to college, like, they already know they're going to be in the top 10 or a number 1 pick or something like that.
And NIL is only making it worse now.
Oh, my Lord. But I love it for them because they do deserve to be paid, so.
They do.
I love it.
They do. But
women's college basketball is much funner to watch right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I don't even watch the guys anymore. I watch the women.
And just the last few seasons of women's college basketball, and then spilling over into the pros, and now allowing people to see more and more networks to cover more. And there's a dedicated women's sports network that's about to hit the world. And I think it's next season. They're going to cover women's sports from A to Z.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg is one of the owners of that network. And whatever a woman is playing, high lacrosse, ping pong, table tennis. I'm sorry.
I love it. It's our
going
time.
down.
It's our time.
It's going down. So tell me a little bit about the Kingdom's Queens podcast.
Yeah, so my co-host Lexi, who's not here today, but we have been doing this is our 3rd season. So what we like to say is the reason why y'all keep winning Super Bowls is because of us. It's been a winning season since we've started. No, but we've been doing this for 3 seasons.
Take that credit.
We will. We've been doing this for 3 seasons now, and it's been incredible. The amount of people who not only love the Chiefs, but love the NFL, but love to hear things from a women's perspective, because we're going to talk facts. We always do our research, but we're going to also give it from our side. So that means we may be a little sassy, and we may, say what we have to say. And we like to argue with guys in our mentions too about facts. And I'm sure you've all seen that. I've seen a few of those. I'm sure you've seen it, but no, we love what we do. One thing I will say that I think is very unique about our platform is we are able to connect with the wives, the mothers, the daughters, the children, and things of that nature. So it's always great to let those women have a platform too, because they support our guys all through the NFL in different ways and facets that no one really knows about. So it's great to hear it from that side too.
It's good that y'all doing that too, because nobody has put a hold on that.
Yeah, we're the only all-female podcast that speaks Chiefs in Kansas City. So that's really nice for us. And again, we have no problem with like bringing people onto the show because one, it's a great way for us to not only grow, but to really just learn the ins and outs of the things that are happening in Kansas City. So it's been really fun. We've been on Fox 4 several times. I know Steve's on there like every week. We've been on there several times. I'm just talking whatever games are happening for the previous week. And it's been great. I appreciate it. So.
All right, so let's talk X's and O's.
Let's get there.
These Chiefs are 10-1. A lot of people are complaining, and I've been hearing this barely winning. And I always ask, what is barely winning? Because if you win, you win.
A win is a win, but if you know the Chiefs, tell me the last time they blew a team out. And what's your definition of a blowout? Because it's not happening here. It's not happening on this team.
And as long as we get the W, does it need to happen?
No. So I don't believe in blowouts needing to happen, but I do think that there is definitely opportunity on both sides of the ball. And there's nothing wrong with calling that out and being able to speak to whatever the adversity is. But I think if you're a Chiefs fan, you kind of understand that this team doesn't really kick it into high gear until December anyway.
So do you think
I like how she put this opportunity on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. So do you think that the kingdom is jaded from Showtime Mahomes and they just live to see the shuffle, the behind the back, the cross the body, cross the field?
Absolutely. I mean, one, there's Chiefs fatigue. Like people in the NFL, fans, whatever, there's so much Chiefs fatigue. And yes, I think that there are a lot of new Chiefs fans who started watching when Patrick Mahomes got here, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people weren't sitting out there in the cold with us in 2 and 14 seasons in Arrowhead, freezing. A lot of people weren't out there with us. So I love that the fan base has all of these new people that are here. But unless you went through the grit and all of that with us, then yes, you're going to get the spoiled Chiefs fans, and that's totally fine.
And I just want to mention that right now, Monday Night Football, the Chargers are up 7-0 on the Ravens.
I got the Chargers winning this game.
So unfortunate. I have the Chargers winning too, and they need to lose.
You have the Chargers winning, but you want them to lose?
They're going to win this game, but they need to lose this game.
Good luck.
I will say this, O'Shea, because you asked a question about do the Chiefs need a blowout. Like I said, being in the locker room, talking to them, and hearing Patrick at the podium, and it's something that we've been talking about them needing to have that big offensive game. They feel like they need it for their own psyche. Not that they can't win close games, but the fact that you're 10-1 and you're trying to make history, but you also want to be dominant at times throughout the season. When you're trying to make history, and the fact that they know what they can be offensively. Again, they put up 30 points, but it's not the type of 30 points that you would expect them to put up, having the grit and fight and get down. They wanted to, because we kind of talked about it last week, they want to try to put the game away at halftime, to kind of maybe rest up as you get closer for the Black Friday game. And the fact that it goes all the way down, you went all the way down to the wire is something that while they're used to it, that's not what they're expecting themselves.
Nobody thought Bryce Young and people were going to put 27 points up.
No
one expected that.
Nobody expected Bryce Young and that offense to move like they did yesterday.
Absolutely. But I do think that kind of speaks to like who Bryce Young is as a player, because he was fantastic. And to be able to go against a championship defense like he did.
Unrattled, super calm.
I would disagree. I think it says more about Spags and not having a defense.
So we can't give Bryce Young credit for being good?
No. I'm not saying about what I'm saying is that, again, the reason why they felt that way is because they felt they were going to come in and blow them out. And the fact that they struggled in the way that they did says more about the Chiefs defense and offensively than it does more so about the Panthers.
I don't think that Spags didn't have them ready. I feel like they just sometimes you. So you saying that Spags you don't feel like they came prepared?
I mean,
I
know how Spags looked when he came out there. He was pissed.
He had them prepared.
I definitely think he had them prepared. So I agree with you there. But you also have to identify what's happening on the defense. We are missing people.
Hold on.
A lot of people are playing.
Will we say that Spags had them prepared for Buffalo too?
Well, Josh Allen is elite quarterback. He's like a top 3 quarterback.
So are you saying that Spags actually goes from week to week, facing whatever NFL team he's
I'm
facing, and he's
asking
not
you can say
preparing
yes or
his.
no. I asked the question. You can say
They
yes
prepare.
or no.
There's some deficiencies that this defense has, and one of them is the cornerback position. Whether we like to admit it or not,
No, I'm saying,
it's the cornerback position.
You can live in Florida,
just like we
prepare
talk
your
about the
house
left
for a
tackle.
hurricane, and the hurricane can still wipe your house off the block. It don't mean you didn't prepare.
Just like we talk about the left tackle position, and then you talk about them coaching up or whatever. He has the same opportunity throughout the week to coach up that other side of the field with those defensive backs.
I mean, but it's hard to be tough on the secondary when you're not getting any pass rush.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're getting no pressures. You're getting no pass rushes. When you look
So
at
who
the
does that
number
fall
of
on? Does
sacks
that
we
fall on
have this
Spags or
year
not?
compared to last year,
Does that fall on
makes a
Spags
big
or not?
difference.
It doesn't fall on Spags at all.
No.
He hasn't been in the right position.
Yeah.
Look, you in the words of Usher, we good, we ain't good.
And now,
You can get all the tools you need to go out and do everything. Spags can give you the best defensive plan on planet Earth. If you, as a player, don't execute properly when it's time for you to do what you do on the field, then that's not on Spags.
I mean, when you look back at last season, this team had to get their butt kicked by the Raiders on Christmas to kind of turn it up.
Yep.
So that's why, and even the season prior to that, you didn't really see them kick it into that next level until about December. So seeing what they're going through now in November, I'm like, all right, I'm going to give these guys another couple of weeks to really get their flow, get their momentum, because we know who these guys are and what they can do. These aren't new dudes on this team. These guys have been here for the last season or the last 2 seasons.
And we
So
have
they
injured players
understand.
coming back still. We still have.
Charles Minhue is going to make a huge difference. And
Charles is playing next week, I think.
Should be
depending
Black
on.
Friday.
Yeah, because they don't want to put him in because it was.
You didn't
well,
need
we don't
Panthers.
need you against the
You didn't
Panthers,
need
right? So
But you mentioned
and you're
something.
coming off an
Unless they
ACL.
would have lost.
I mean,
mentioned something, though.
but
The
we won
guys-
by at least one. So that's all that
the guys that have been here on the defensive side, but the offensive side of the ball, I feel like they still haven't clicked yet. You still got
Right.
D-Hop, you still got Kareem Hunt, who was here, but then
Yeah.
he's gone for a number of years.
So
Now
is that Nagy though?
No, I don't think so.
But Andy calls the plays, so that
he
needs to
said he
be
would.
clear,
So,
right?
Jodi, let me
Andy
ask you
calls the
this:
plays.
I
with,
think
with
they
his
both
question,
do, yeah.
Yeah.
with his question, saying that the offense isn't clicking like
Yeah.
it should, when you have 29 options on offense,
29.
how is it going to click if everybody's getting a piece of it? Nobody's getting all of it, so they can't get all the reps. So they're not going
I
to
think
get
it's
the best of their
amazing.
billing. So I mean, they're doing well. I mean,
So I will say this: when you look at this headset so big on my small head, when you look at this week's past game, I would say this was probably the first real game where you've seen them play a clean game. Patrick Mahomes, no turnovers. Now, granted, the offensive line wasn't great, and he got sacked 5 times. That was a mess.
Yeah.
But when you look at Noah Gray, when you look at Travis Kelce, when you
66
look
yards
at,
for Noah Gray, 62 yards for Travis Kelce,
and that's why
46
we
yards
paid
for
him
Worthy,
the
35 for
money.
D-Hop.
He's worth every penny. You've played 2 games and had 4 touchdowns. Noah Gray is worth every single penny. And now, I love DeAndre Hopkins, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, are we limiting his snaps because we don't want to pay out that 4th? Or do we not want to put that much film out on tape because we're really going to turn him up in the playoffs?
I don't
know what's happening there.
I think he's still
Learning the
getting into
playbook.
the playbook.
Absolutely.
I think he has certain packages every week.
And
that
you can
they
see
added.
when he makes certain receptions, you can see that he's getting more and more used to it. And he's
Hold
like,
on,
this is what they
I agree.
designed.
Hold on.
I played it.
Yep.
Let's go.
I mean, he's only made it 3 weeks.
Hold on, but here's the matter. They have to pay a 4th if they make the Super Bowl. So it's not going to matter about the snap count.
And
If they get the Super Bowl, they got to pay up a 4th round anyway. So
Absolutely.
play them because it's not going to matter. If you expect to go to the Super Bowl, you're going to pay that. I mean, you're going to go from a 5th to a 4th.
But one thing we haven't talked about, some of this is on Patrick too.
Yeah.
A lot of it's on
This
Patrick.
This
I mean,
is
them
the first game that he's
interceptions.
played
We've
clean.
always talked about it.
Yeah, I'm talking about today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, so yeah, we're talking about today.
We always talk
Yeah.
about it.
It says a lot of it has been on Patrick.
Yeah.
Like we could talk about Matt Nagy, we can talk about Andy Reid, play calling, D-Hop, all that, but a lot of it's been on Patrick. And the interceptions ain't throwing themselves.
Correct.
So
They're not.
whether we
Now-
like it or not, until he cleans it up and plays a clean game like he did yesterday against good teams,
100%.
it's gonna be a long season.
Hold on, let me mention this because I know y'all talked about these sacks, whatever. Are y'all telling me that Carolina's defense front line is better than what was up in Buffalo?
How many sacks did we get yesterday? 1, Mike Dana. That's it. They got
It was
5.
2 sacks. 2 sacks.
Who was up?
What's the second sack?
I'll get it, but it was 2 sacks.
Because I looked and I didn't see.
I only see one. I could be wrong though.
It was
I don't have my laptop.
It was 2 sacks on Bryce Young. That's for sure.
I mean, but that still doesn't negate the fact that through the whole entire season, when you look at the number of sacks, and just so you know, the majority of our sacks are coming from our secondary. They're not coming from the front four. So it's like even on the blitz,
it was
Trent
McDuffie and Nick Bolton that split the sack.
Yep.
Exactly. So it's like when
I was on the home team.
when you sit back and look at that, there's still opportunity there, and I do think those guys are going to get it together. But as of yesterday, it was like, okay, well, what are we doing here?
Well, help is on the way because DJ Humphries is in town.
You know, I mean, and I love Trey Smith down. He was not great yesterday.
He did have a bad game yesterday.
He was not great yesterday. And that's okay because he still deserves to be paid and he's a champion and we've known what he's done for us forever. But yesterday was not his best game. I would say the only person on the line yesterday who was good was Creed Humphrey. But that was just from me watching all 22.
Chris looked winded a lot yesterday. And I know that the defense had to put in some work.
Guys on you at a time.
That's what I'm saying. He's putting in that work. And you can see the frustration on his face because he wants to get out there and eat. And when he doesn't put that quarterback on his arse, it bothers him, and you can see that.
Let's go back to the offensive line real quick. Sometimes I feel like bad play is contagious.
Yeah.
Like you got those two bookends that aren't playing well, and it kind of feeds into the inside.
Because those guys have to make up for the lack of whoever else is. So they're getting frustrated, looking at him like, hey, man, do your job.
And then I think that's a matchup problem as well because Clowney was really like abusing both sides.
Okay, but let me put this out there. The opening drive where they went down and scored right away, and then of course that last drive where Patrick had to, do the scramble
for 30.
Those two plays, I mean, they're still going up against the same defensive plays. So what are they doing differently in pass protection or and making sure that they're not getting false start, they're not holding. I'm saying so. It's I don't have this myself, which is why I'm putting it out there. But what
Patrick has uncharacteristically this season been holding on to that ball so much longer than he has in any other season in most of the games that he's played. And you're watching him, and I'm thinking that he's so busy scanning all of these weapons that he has that he's either losing the feel that somebody's on his heels or.
Well, the crazy to your point, because Steve used to always say a few years ago, Patrick's best maneuver is off scripted plays. But for sure. But the thing is, as we talk about all the time on the pregame show, it's like as soon as he hikes the ball, he's already going to that because he doesn't. He tells us one thing in the press conference when he says he has confidence in his line or his tackles, but his play shows otherwise. As soon as he hikes the ball, he's already running off
because he don't trust him.
He don't trust him.
And
that left side is shaky.
I ain't trying to call him better.
But watching,
you can see it in his play.
Oh, absolutely. You watched Bryce Young out Patrick Mahomes yesterday because Bryce was getting rid of the ball and whatever the play call was, he went right to that on his read and he launched it as quick as he could to get out of his hand. And sometimes it caused some of his receivers to drop the ball or miss it. But a lot of times it worked. But you watched him methodically move down the field.
Every time Patrick got hit and was sacked, I kept thinking about you and thinking about. I know Sean is watching this game and he's looking at Patrick like something's got to be going on at home.
Hey, but here's the thing though. On those Bryce Young throws, he was literally hiking the ball, chunking it up, and the receivers was going to get it.
Yeah.
Receivers have to know how to adjust. And I will say I think that's the biggest thing. That's the difference this year. And it could be because the receiving core is so different. You got to know how to be able to scramble and adjust when it comes to Patrick because he's going to go off script all the time. Now, I will say there was a moment yesterday in the game where he had Travis wide open. And Travis was like,
nah, he ain't going. That's too easy.
But he went to him and he dropped it because at this point you looked all around trying to survey.
But no, was that the no look?
No. That was the direct pass right down the middle of the field.
But he hesitated to him twice.
Exactly. He kept looking around like, there's another option. Let me see if somebody else can get it. Yeah. But we're watching when D-Hop got here. One of the things that we've always heard Coach Reed tell the offensive receivers, don't stop moving. Yeah. Let Patrick be Patrick. Don't stop moving. And it took D-Hop some time to get used to that because anybody who's played receiver in high school or any level of football, run your route.
Yeah.
run your route. And now you're being told, don't run your route.
Go all script.
Keep running. Keep running.
Put your hands.
And you're watching a lot of these guys get used to it, just like when Juju stepped in. You watched Juju make some really good catches yesterday because now he's used to that don't stop moving mentality that this Chiefs team has.
And he had a big catch yesterday.
Let's take some questions, Steve.
Let's start at the beginning. He said, I guess great teams can play like crap and still win. Go Chiefs. He said, I agree. Cornerback and left tackle is an issue for us. I think they hopefully fixed the left tackle deal now. He said, but was the game really close? It was a one-score game late that needed a 2-point conversion. The game with 3 timeouts and 1:43 left. I'll take Pat. I agree. Brandon Knight said it would be a loss. That's it. Nothing more than that.
All right.
There's a few other ones too.
So we had a lot of guests today, so we went a little longer than we normally do on our Thanksgiving show. So we thank all of our guests for being here. The Lee Summit Titans youth football team, of course, Mike Watson, and don't forget Raytown REAP.org to help make donations for those less fortunate in the Raytown area this holiday season and beyond. And of course, from Kingdom Queens podcast, Jodi Newsome, and shout out to Lexi Osborne, who's not here. But Jodi, this is the portion of the show where we make our picks on this Raider Haters short week. Black Friday, the Chiefs on this game's on YouTube.
Peacock.
Peacock. It's on Amazon.
What's the Peacock? Prime Video.
What's the Peacock?
No. It's on
It's saying
Amazon.
it says right here it's on Prime Video.
Prime Video. Okay.
Amazon.
So Amazon.
So is there a game on Peacock? I know I'm not.
Well,
that's
Peacock is
It's
the
NBC, so that's Sunday Night Football.
That's the Chargers and the Texans game, and then
And I know we have a YouTube game, and that's Christmas Day with the Steelers, right?
that's the Netflix game.
Netflix game. Okay.
Nickelodeon, YouTube,
Jeez,
Netflix.
so many options.
Make sure you're paying for every.
For real. But we know that they're in Kansas City at GHA Field this Black Friday, Red Friday, Chiefs, Raiders. Jodi, what's the outcome for you?
You know, it's funny because if you're a gambler like me
Hey.
who loves to sports bet, the line opened at 13 and a half today.
Yeah,
and I'm
13.
like, oh, they don't
Raiders.
watch Chiefs football at all. 13 and a half. We're not beating anybody by 13 and a half. Okay. I definitely, we know that we already played them, but this is still the payback game to where they beat us on Christmas and embarrassed us at home. So because this game is in Kansas City at Arrowhead, I think
2 in the afternoon, too.
Yeah. I see us winning by 4. I don't know necessarily.
4.
No, 4. 4.
40.
I don't know what the number is yet. It'll probably be like a 27, 23.
Really that
It
close?
depends on who their quarterback is. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but they announced during your show that Schrader is out with a hamstring. So we also are getting another kicker. So hopefully it doesn't come down to a kicker.
Nicole Hartman?
Justin Reed.
Justin Reed?
Yeah, Justin Reed. Hopefully it doesn't come down to a field goal, but we are also looking for another kicker now.
Jay Reed can slide in there.
Right.
Jay Reed ain't kicking no 50-yarders.
I'll let him kick out.
Right, he ain't kicking
It's
no
going to
50
be cold
yarders.
in Arrowhead, too. I think it's
It
only going
is.
to be like 33 on Friday.
And falling temperature. Well, good thing it's an
Yeah.
afternoon game, but the temperatures will be continuing
They'll
to go
drop.
down.
So I think we win by 4. So I'm going to say 27-23.
4 points.
Yeah, I think we win by 4.
All right, Q. We started last week on the other end, so we're going to
That's
start over
fine.
here.
The Chiefs win 25-13. It'll be something weird because they don't have a kicker.
What did you say we were going to beat the Panthers by?
I thought it would be a blowout.
He thought it was a 2-score game.
See?
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be the blowout people looking for. Black Friday, they got that home cooking. People coming in the Arrowhead with their bellies full. It's gonna be a blowout. Chiefs. I give the Chiefs 31. I'll give the Raiders 14.
I mean, true. Who's their quarterback?
Have
Is
you-
AOC coming back?
Did Steve sneak off to the bar when I wasn't looking?
I might have.
All right. Cuz, what you got?
You know what's interesting is that Patrick said again that for whatever reason, he doesn't seem to like playing noon games. But just a few weeks ago when the Chiefs had their first noon game, he was happy about his kids being able to be at the game. Like, bro, you got to make up your mind which way you going to go.
Telling you, home screws him up every week.
But it's funny. I'm torn because looking at the points, it's like I got to give the Raiders the points. And I'm thinking like Steve, it should be the game where they have a blowout. But because I don't know who the quarterback is, I'm giving them.
Does it matter though?
Like
Tom Brady ain't coming back and playing.
But
So
Max Crosby is really
I'll give
good.
them.
yeah.
And Jacoby Myers has been going off.
Man, I hate to say the Chiefs will cover this too, but I guess I'll go.
You know
No,
they're not
21-10 Chiefs.
21
You
points.
think the Raiders are only going to score 10 points?
Look, they better be.
It's the Raiders, so anything's possible.
Look, I'm trying to
Now I gotta look up the
find a way
last
for them
game.
to cover, okay? Because 2 touchdowns are still 2 touchdowns.
Last time we played them, it was 27-20. Chiefs.
Yeah, but they had who was it?
That was a totally different team, though. We weren't as injured as we are right
Because
now.
Aiden O'Connell's good.
Nah, you know what? Nah, F it, man. F it. Nah, we're going to blow up 35-7. 35-7.
All right, folks.
Daniel Jones gonna come back and beat you.
Oh, that would be crazy if the Raiders signed Daniel Jones tomorrow morning.
Hey, if they sign Daniel Jones and he beats you,
And he balls out.
yes.
Oh.
I don't know what y'all need to bring next
In the
week
middle
or
of the show
something.
next week, I'm flipping this table like I'm in a Rick Ross video. That's what's happening. All right, folks, that is going to do it for us on this Victory Monday, on this short Chiefs holiday week, Raider Hater Black Friday game. Thankful for you tuning into us every week. Thankful to be a part of this show with this crew, and very thankful to just be here, breathing and healthy and all of that stuff. So I wish the best for you and your family and friends on this Thanksgiving, the beginning of the holiday season. Be safe, be good to each other.
What you thankful for? What you thankful for, Q?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
All right.
I'm thankful for my beautiful, healthy granddaughter who has just been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She is the joy in
Papa.
my grandfather.
Okay,
Grandfather or grandpa?
Papa.
She calls me Pop Pop. She's going to your house.
Call him Papa.
Absolutely not. So just it's been a rough year for a lot of people and a lot of loss. Oh, and rest in peace to one of the founding members of Kansas City's own Bloodstones. Harry Williams passed away earlier this week. Harry was an amazing individual, an iconic singer, and one of the most unique voices in R&B music, and helped put the Kansas City music scene on the map. So sending love and condolences to the Williams family and all his fans.
And also, we didn't get to do it because I think most of us know him, Jeff Atkins. When he,
Oh, yeah.
I used to work with him, doing what
That was my brother there. So that's still rough.
our guy does, Michael
Mike
Watts.
Watts, yeah.
So I used to work with him down at TB Watkins, helping people with their stuff like that. So
Jeff coached girls basketball for decades. So once again, thank you. We appreciate you. We will see you next week. We'll be back in our W Podcast studios. Thank you again to the staff, crew, and owners of Elevation Grille for having us out here this month. It's been incredible. You guys be good, be safe, stay warm because it's getting cold this week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We'll see y'all on Monday, 6:30 p.m. with the Red Hour. Good night.